we gotta meet him at the station.
That's what the man done did said in the letter. Joey?
Yeah.
What are you thinking so far?
Yeah,
Other than how awesome the skateboard is.
it's pretty good, actually. I don't know. Like, I'm curious as to where they're gonna go. Not really much has happened, so I don't really have much of an opinion right now. I mean,
Not even opinion, just like what do you like? What is happening in your head right now? Because I mean, like, I imagine this is. How did you expect this game to open? I guess is my question.
I really expected it to open like Sora wakes up and is like, "Oh, where am I?" And then the game starts. I wasn't expecting a new character, a new playable character nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And this world is like a fabrication or something. Diz is like, we can't. It takes a while to make a beach.
Morning.
Diz is like, it takes a while to put on these belts in the morning.
Are these people real, or is
Oh.
Hey.
Well, where'd she come from?
Hello, Roxas.
Hi. And you are...
I wanted to meet you at least once.
me?
Yes, you.
Olette dragged me along to go shopping.
All right, neat.
Okay.
Hey, you want to come with us?
Wait. Did you just see that?
Did you just see that pretty girl?
He stalled.
She said hi.
Very well then. We'll see you later, Roxas.
That
Okay?
pretty girl's never said hi to me before.
Yeah. Did she go to that haunted mansion?
That's a
Oh.
quite a wild guess there, Roxas.
I mean, I know where he's talking about, but I don't see how he got from one point to the other.
Yeah, neither do I. But whatever. It's working out just fine for him. He really didn't even need to say that because he saw her in this area and then saw her go in the direction of that hole.
Maybe somehow in his heart he knew.
Yeah, sure.
That
whatever.
word.
Yeah. Roxas looked deep inside of his heart and saw the answers to all of his problems.
Huh?
Yeah? Oh, cool. Sure, why not?
Okay.
We can do with some combat. Why not?
Let me go.
There he goes. Maybe we're not gonna have combat. Maybe we're gonna have a Uncharted 2-esque cinematic running away sequence in this 2005 PS2 game.
Yeah.
I think it's technically 06 in the States, but whatever.
Who's that?
I don't know, but they've already crossed the line.
I want to stop and explain Cypher's deal, but it's a long story. In Final Fantasy VIII, he and his team head the disciplinary committee at the military school they attend, which means they're in charge of discipline, I guess. Even though they don't do
Sure.
much disciplining, they mostly just act like jerks. Oh, you dodged that attack. That was crazy.
Oh, I don't have the Keyblade. That's why. I
No,
can't
you don't.
hit
You got the struggle bat.
him. The struggle bat.
That's
I
that's the title. That's
so
the
good.
technical term. Is the struggle
well,
bat.
Since I'm not doing anything here, let's see what's going on. Nice.
That's your new locked in the
Okay.
arena animation there, instead of the little blip they give you in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. Vivi's hanging out. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
You only need to put in one more input to progress the scene.
All right. It'd be nice if you guys could do something. Vivi, use magic.
I don't think Vivi has magic anymore. I think he's no longer, his canon's been screwed up.
Roxas!
Huh?
Use the Keyblade!
That was a good sound. Okay, that was the first of that. I should stop myself right there, because first comment I've made about Roxas's voice acting. I like Roxas's voice actor, who is, by the way, Jesse McCartney.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, back when he was a little bit bigger, because
Oh
2005.
boy.
Oh, huh.
Hey,
There
we
you go.
So So should we pick the shield?
Hold on 1 second and I'll let you know. I gotta double check. I'm pretty sure it's the shield, but I have to check. But give me just a moment first. So hold on, before you I guess hold on. You've already moved. Go stand on about the spot you were standing and face forward and reset the camera really fast. Kind of tilt, just right there. Okay. Before we do anything else, this is a good. I want to use this spot since it's like a direct one-to-one comparison kind of with how something in Kingdom Hearts looked, to talk a little bit about screen real estate and how the camera works, because this is one of the only areas that's like almost exactly the same. Roxas is significantly smaller in the screen than Sora is, and your camera is usually set to be elevated at like a much higher angle than it was in Kingdom Hearts 1. And that's partially because in Kingdom Hearts 1...
Wait, okay, just Mystic Light.
In Kingdom Hearts 1, the original version, your camera controls were mapped to L2 and R2.
Yeah. So
that's part of why the camera was so low, was because it just rotated around Sora instead of up and down. But the point is that it was much closer to him, and he took up a much greater portion of the screen. Now, the camera is much more pulled out from your player character, and typically sits at a much, not a much higher, but at least a somewhat higher angle than the first game. It's just worth pointing out because it does kind of change the feeling of the scale of some of the areas in this game. We're going to talk about level design a lot more later on, but that's just one, like, small note to point out. It helps with a lot of combat-related stuff because you can see what's going on around you a lot better. But it does affect some aspects of the art design and level design and some other things. Like, not even negatively or positively, it's just, it is a deliberate design choice that should be observed since we're here to talk about this game. Okay. But anyway, I have in my crazy list of crazy things, I have a list of all of the abilities that you get in the order that you get them in, depending on what weapon you pick.
Okay.
And now, most of these, I really don't care about what order we do or do not get them in. There's just one thing that we really need, which is Second Chance.
Yes,
and Second Chance is the move that you get that, I believe, it's Second Chance or Once More. I forget which one does which. One of them is you cannot take, if you get hit, you will always go down to 1 HP.
Yeah.
Until you take another hit, right? I think that was in Kingdom Hearts 1 as well. And then Second Chance is you cannot be killed in a combo. I may be flipping the names around, but one of them is if you can't get killed unless you're at 1 HP already, and the other one is that once you're in a combo, if you're being hit by that, like, it'll basically, like, you'll kind of get, they won't be able to combo you to death, essentially.
Okay.
Now, if we pick the sword, we won't get Second Chance until level 85.
Yeah.
If we pick the staff, we won't get it until level 65. However, if we pick the shield, we'll get it at level 49.
Okay.
Every single one of these abilities, other than that one, I mean, there's lots of good stuff in there, and there's some stuff like, oh, I wish I could get that earlier, but it's really not that important, because the shield is the most advantageous here because it's the only reliable way to get Second Chance early in the playthrough, and it's debatably, like, one of the most important abilities in the entire game.
Hey, I'll take it.
It's especially in the critical playthrough, because without it, many enemies... Yeah, I'm checking here. I guess it must be... Second Chance must be you don't get killed if you hit 1, because I have here, without it, many enemies can one-shot you without warning on critical. So, we definitely need to pick shield.
Alright, I'll grab it.
Other important abilities like Leaf Bracer are standardized or not different anyway, so it doesn't matter. So,
it's like it could block just about anything.
Mm-hmm. I really should be reading my notes. Yes.
Is protection important?
Yes, protection.
Yes, kids. Yes,
protection
it is.
is important.
You bet it is.
Uh-huh. The power of the Guardian.
Cool.
Yeah, but I also forgot that all the stuff I have about the shield and why it's important on critical was down at the bottom where I have all the abilities listed and not in my notes on day 3. So let me scroll back up to day 3. Unlike with the first game, you don't actually get to use the rod or the sword or the shield, you just get the Keyblade back immediately.
Cool.
I like the little stained glass for Sora. As you remember, we had all the Disney princesses in the first game, and now we've got Sora with his best buddies. Riku and Kairi and and Donald and Goofy.
Is there a dodge or...
Not yet. Not yet, my friend. We'll get that soon. I promise. I say that. You won't get a dodge soon, but you will get a block soon.
Okay. What is that attack? Was it just walking in the air?
I don't think it was an attack. I think it was just moving. I think it was just part of how it moves.
Oh, I was trying to get this.
Now, if you want to lock onto a different guy, you can unlock on, or I'll show you. There you go. Aerial recovery, which basically... I'll show you that in a second. Roxas has gained the use of abilities. Extra abilities... equip abilities from the main menu. After winning important battles, you level up, increasing various parameters and learning new attacks. You can also level up by gaining experience from defeating enemies. When you're having trouble with tough enemies, level Roxas up before moving on. So some scripted fights in the game will just give you new abilities or new whatever. In fact, you cannot level up your HP by normal leveling. You only get it through event-specific levels that are given when you beat certain bosses or certain event fights.
Okay.
Use the reaction command to open the chest.
Well, should we go ahead and equip the thing, or...?
When an ability is equipped, the character will power up. There are different types of abilities with many effects. AP, yeah, whatever, we know this. You cost AP to equip an ability. Now, as you can see...
Damage control?
Go in there for a second, I'll show you in a second. Normally, not all of these would be here, but since we're on critical, we're given all of these right away.
Oh, man, okay, let's go through these.
Yeah, so aerial recovery, quickly regain balance with O when knocked down. So basically, if you get hit...
Yeah.
And Roxas goes, and kind of gets staggered and flies back, especially when you're in the air, because it's called aerial recovery. If you hit O while he's in that stagger animation, he'll kind of do a flip and recover instead of having to wait to hit the ground.
Okay.
So go ahead and equip that.
Yeah.
Because pretty much we can equip all these things right now. Not necessarily we should. Reaction boost.
Will triangle just equip it?
Yes, increases the damage dealt using the reaction commands by 50%. Sometimes there's reasons to not use triangle, but I'll explain that in a second. Okay. Finishing plus, and hold on a second. Unleash successive finishing moves after combos. So basically, that final third move where he kind of does a wider sweep.
Yeah.
Now, if you press it again after that, that basically adds a fourth move to your combo string. While he'll repeat that finisher.
Okay, cool.
You can equip that for now. We'll talk about it some more in a second. Draw increases the range of bringing orbs to you after you kill enemies.
I'm always a fan of that sort of thing.
Lucky increases drop rate of items. Equip every single one of those that we ever get. In fact. When I was doing all my stuff in this, I actually went out of my way to not equip better defensive stuff in some cases and craft lucky items to get
that's
certain
fair.
stuff.
I do that normally.
MP Hystera increases MP restoration speed by 50%, because instead of in the previous game where you have to use either items or you could regain it by hitting enemies, your MP would go back up. In this, it's on a recharge system. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So you'll see that says weapons. If you back out for a second, you may not be able to go to equip yet. Back out one more. No, we can't.
Okay.
Whatever weapon you have equipped also has an ability that is kind of defaultly always on, and here we go. Halves damage taken at critical moments, equip 2 to accelerate the effect. So the weapon ability of the Kingdom Key is if you're in critical HP, it halves the damage that you're taking.
Okay, that's kind of okay, but I don't know. It feels like if you're that low on HP, it's not going to matter.
In critical, it's really good, and we'll be using this Keyblade for quite some time, actually.
Okay, well, I guess I'll eat my words. And this is, of course, disables the game.
Yes, which we don't want to do.
Nope. Okay.
We will do that later. I actually did that in my own playthrough because there's a point at which I went to go and grind for a bunch of materials I wanted, but I didn't want to make the final bosses too easy. So I turned that on and probably would have gotten like 10 levels, but I just did it to get items that I needed to craft certain things. And I'm going to do that again eventually because I'm a crazy person.
Okay.
But anyway, if you walk up to the, our little chest there, we can pop it open.
Yeah, potion. Okay.
Okay, now you should be able to equip stuff. Items command has been introduced. Oh, yeah. So if you'll recall in the previous game, we had the shortcuts for magic spells. Now you can also shortcut items to the face buttons.
Okay, cool.
Which is much, much better. Still only 4 shortcut options at a time, but be careful. Beyond that door lies a completely different world. But don't be afraid. Don't stop walking.
He just did, though.
We should have from here on out, when HP becomes 0, it is game over. Be sure to restore HP when HP gets low. So I guess maybe if you lose before that, it isn't a game over. Okay. I don't remember. I've never lost a fight before this, so I wouldn't know.
Alright, so I guess we're still...
Yeah, sure, go ahead and save. We don't need to rotate saves. Not yet. Later on, we'll be doing a lot of save rotating, but at this point, like, if we lose something, oh no, I'll replay the Roxas sequence in like 5 seconds. It's not that bad.
So just question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah, until you go into a new area, you don't have that. Okay. You don't have the name of it. Once you walk into the new area, you get this nice little... This text appears there. So you remember all the stained glass nonsense from the previous game?
Yeah.
Previously, we'd only had one platform at a time, and we had the one staircase that kind of appeared as we went up it. Or I guess it appeared in a cutscene, and then we went up it to go to the final platform where we fought Darkseid. Now we gotta fight these guys. So if you'll notice down there, your command window is just turned orange.
Yeah.
In this game, when you're not in combat, your command interface is blue. When you're in unscripted combat, your interface turns orange. And whenever you're in a scripted encounter or a boss fight, it turns red. Like one you can't flee from, essentially.
Okay, cool.
I believe it basically did that in Kingdom Hearts 1 as well, but I never pointed it out.
Okay, I can already see the finishing move usually knocks him back, so having the second one isn't super helpful right now.
Not right now, no. And in fact, in a little bit, we're going to fight an enemy where I'm going to show you having the finishing plus on actually allows them to get in a second hit with the way that their pattern is set up.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah, it's interesting because this game, for a number of years, I and most people thought that it was just kind of this brain dead button mashing game. But it does have a little bit more going on under the surface, which is especially drawn out by some balancing fixes that Final Mix and Critical Mode has, and trust me, we're really gonna learn this game by the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to go through that. You just gotta, yeah, pop that there. So you can remap that if you go into options for a second here. Yeah, here we go. Auto reloading. When an item is consumed, it will automatically re-equip the same item. When an item is used, to be re-equipped at the end of battle. But you don't necessarily have to do that, so go through this. It's going to give you a tutorial on how to do it, but I don't care. Bash through it for a second. Go over to items really fast. And so as you can see there's the Kingdom Key, and if you look at that, it'll say that its weapons ability is damage control. We're not concerned about that at the moment. Go down to our potions here. So if you hit triangle on it right here, AT is like it'll automatically re-equip anytime you run out. Hit triangle on it again. Because I don't really like doing that, but if you just select it, we can kind of see it's. And unlike before, we had to hit stock. We can just hit that blank spot and empty that out, or pick another item to put in that slot. So it's a little bit simpler.
Okay, cool.
They got rid of they streamlined a lot of stuff in this game compared to KH1. You just so you know you did just unequip that one. Okay, just want to make sure. Alrighty, now if you pause one more time, really fast, go to customize. Just so you remember how to do it. That's where you can remap all of your face buttons for the shortcut stuff. Okay. If you're fine with potion being where it is for now, that's the only thing we have anyway, so who cares? Alrighty. Don't go through that door just yet. We're going to fight some people and do a little bit of experimentation.
Oh, no.
It gives you that EXP 0 at just the right moment to be able to do a level 1 run if you want to.
Right. Which is appealing to whoever wants it.
Like the speedrunning community. There's a lot of them. That guy you just saw who had the crash at the very end of Kingdom Hearts 2, he recently did a run where he played the entire game without equipping any abilities.
Okay.
Which, like, you can't even block or have longer combo strings. I didn't watch it, I just know that he did it. Go up to the door, I think some enemies are going to appear. I think, if I recall. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool.
Alright, now if you lock onto these guys, to get some distance from them, hold down R2 and move the camera. So this is how you lock onto things, is if you hold on R2 and move the stick around, you can cycle between targets, depending on where you point it to. So you can always unlock on, and then lock on again, like until you get the target that you want. But if you're already locked on, you can hold down R2 and you can cycle through targets that way.
Okay, cool.
That's the fastest way to, I need to target this specific thing, or that specific guy, or that part of this thing. It's
No.
somewhat snappy. Now, my advice to you would be to go back downstairs and reopen the last area we were in, and just kind of walk through here 1 or 2 more times, because like we're not gonna be able to like do any grinding for a few minutes here.
Okay.
And we don't really need it because we're not gonna get creamed or anything, but we might as well get a little bit of extra experience.
Should I just grind for another level then?
Yeah, just go for another level, or we'll clear this area one more time or something like that. I'm gonna stop the recording for just a minute while you do that. Alrighty, we leveled up once. Let's go through this mysterious door. Should have said, re-equip that one potion, because we're walking into a boss. But oh well.
Oh wow.
Who cares? I'll live with my mistakes. I don't think it should challenge you too much. Whoa, what the heck? This reminds me a lot of a game that I played once. But this time it's a different type of enemy.
At least it's not the same. That's a big zipper.
A big, big zipper. Oh boy. I do love me some zippers.
To defeat the mysterious.
Use reaction commands to defeat the mysterious enemy. Uh-oh, you got hit with something. You got some kind of curse on you or something. Uh-oh. Oh no! You're here.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Tell you what, Joey, you were in the right ballpark there with where your finger was a second ago. Yeah. Joey's over here mashing triangle. He's already learned how to play Kingdom Hearts 2. Uh-oh, he's throwing you around.
QTE.
Yes, reaction commands are a fancy 2005 command for QTEs, my friend. Now you've learned the truth. But he's under. Did he go underneath the platform or something? Where'd he go? Uh-oh.
Oh.
He's trying to suplex the world.
Geez.
Yep, you're once again. You were. Yeah, not only are reaction commands a fancy term for QTEs, it's always the same button.
Good. That'll make this a lot easier.
So I just said earlier, people criticize this game for being a button masher where you just mash X. I was lying. People criticize this game for being a button masher where you press nothing but X and occasionally triangle. But again.
Oh, yeesh.
But again, playing on critical difficulty, it will be quite a different experience for us than for people who played this game back in the day.
What are those?
Use the reversal dot. Use the reversal commands.
Oh, do those things just explode? What
No,
the heck?
he's shooting like thorns at you and you're
Sheesh.
reversing around them. So many effects. So many particle effects. And so many
is
little
that what I'm
enemies.
doing? Am I just...
Just attack the head. There's a bunch of little enemies attacking you. I guess you could try and kill them first, but I don't think it's important. Just reversal and lay a couple hits down on the head. Why not? Oh, never mind. He's moving on.
Okay, well, he kept... Every time I was trying to reverse around his head... Oh my gosh.
Shooting you with
So
thorns.
do I literally just spam triangle?
You can sometimes. In this case, no, because that's not the only thing you're doing here.
Oh my
But
gosh. Should I wait till I'm in critical to use a...
maybe there's also some orbs there you could grab.
Give me those. Oh, that's a lot of health.
That yeah, that looks like that was a
Wow.
good thing we didn't waste that, huh? Oh yeah, I should mention while we're here doing a QTE and there's nothing to worry about. The potions in this game no longer restore set amounts of HP. They restore percentages, if you didn't notice that.
Cool.
I think the potion is 30% and the high potion is like 60 or 70%.
Okay, also, I don't want to sound too cheesy, but I just want to know, can I literally just keep pressing triangle?
During this sequence,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, are there sequences where
No.
it's like you can't do
No.
Okay. Okay.
Now I will tell you, there are a couple of points in this where it will give you multiple QTEs, and it's like, and one of them is better than others, right? Like it'll kind of cycle through like QTE 1, QTE 2, QTE 3, and it's like if you hit it like QTE, 3 before QTE 4 comes up or whatever, then that one's better.
Okay.
But for the most part, yes.
Okay,
there's
I
never
was just-
oh, you mistimed the input, you lost it. And now you have guard, and your maximum HP increased slightly.
Alright, cool.
Now, guard, like in Kingdom Hearts 1, is very directional, so it's not perfect. We'll talk more about guard in a few minutes. For now, we have cutscenes to watch.
Press triangle.
No need. The game pressed triangle for you.
Good. Oh, that doesn't look good, actually.
Spooky darkness goo.
There's a lot of that in the first one.
There is a lot of spooky darkness goo going around in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now I understand.
Right?
What is this place?
My name is Namine.
Yeah?
Okay.
Roxas. Do you remember your true name?
Roxas.
Say no more, Nominee.
But if no one tells him, Roxas will...
It's best he doesn't know the truth.
Hey, you're that pickpocket.
Huh?
Whoa!
A lot of weird stuff's happened in these past 3 days.
This is... Man... I kind of have to bite my tongue about all this until it's over.
Okay.
Because I don't want to mar anybody's opinion on anything until it's, like, finished. I want to know what you think of it.
How's this?
That's totally perfect, you know? How about one more, you know?
What's that for?
Keepsake.
Those freaks in the white jumpsuits are gone, you know?
Cakewalk.
What were those things.
Outsiders, that's what.
You freaking racist xenophobe.
Yeesh.
They don't wise up to the rules around here. I might have to take disciplinary measures.
Always looking after the town, you know?
I guess I should explain, while he's talking about disciplinary committees and whatnot, that Fusion, the girl, her whole thing is she only ever says 1 or 2 words at a time, and Raijin, the guy, finishes all of his sentences with "ya know." That's like their thing.
Okay.
Hey, no chickening out of the tournament tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Waiting, you know?
Can I bring my
Okay,
own weapon?
be sure not to trip over your dumbbells. He's really nursing that ice cream.
So, you hung out with Cypher's gang today?
No, it's not like that. Oh yeah. How was the beach? Wasn't that today?
We didn't go. It wouldn't be the same without you, right?
Sorry. Hey, how about we go tomorrow? We could get those pretzels and...
I promised I'd be somewhere.
Oh. Oh.
Loading times.
Is this just gonna be a flashback to Ragor going to the tournament?
Yes, it is.
Wonderful.
You and I have to make the finals. That way, no matter who wins, the 4 of us split the prize.
Okay, you're on. You two
But
are
this
gonna
is
clean up.
supposed to be playing as a dramatic scene where Hayner figured out how to get them to the beach. They're gonna go meet up to do that, and then Roxas, like, they think Roxas bailed on them.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Let's use it tomorrow." And then Hayner's like, "Well, did you flake on that too then?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how that's supposed to play.
Yeah.
It's just kind of underwritten a little bit.
I'm out of here.
Well, where'd he go? I can't see him. His pants are camouflaged.
Only half of them's camouflaged.
It's like a floating torso. It's a weird character design. Not the weirdest Tetsuya Animer's ever made, but never seen him just make a floating torso before.
Not yet.
Why is Namine only at 48%?
Was that nominee made of data?
Huh?
No.
What?
Namine hijacked the data herself. Look what she's done now. She's totally beyond my control.
Calm down.
It doesn't matter. As long as Namine accomplishes her goal, we needn't worry about what befalls Roxas.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Okay. More flashback. Oh, it's when Sora did his we're flashing back to Sora's flashback where he saw young Kairi being told a fairy tale.
It's up to me. Only the Keyblade Master can open the secret door and change the world.
Well, I'm not gonna betray Sora either.
My friends are my power.
So, your heart won this battle.
That was included in the flashbacks in the American version, even though most American players had never seen that fight.
Really?
Yeah.
And some. Lead me into everlasting darkness.
Sora! Forget it. There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart.
They kept cutting out Kairi's name before they finally managed to actually say it in full there. Good for them.
Yeah. She was important.
I guess we're reiterating the whole he forgot her from Chain of Memories there. Yeah, see, yeah, okay, sweet. So we got the full clear shot after he says her name.
But we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again.
Take this.
It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Promise? Don't ever forget. Wherever you go, I'm always with you.
Is he wearing a new outfit?
No, that's just his pajamas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They got like a little star pattern around the arms.
Right. Promise. What a mess.
What's a mess? He said, what a mess. What is he talking about? Hurry to the Sandlight. You're gonna be late. So I'm asking you, Joey, what's a mess? He said, what a mess. Right, promise, what a mess.
If I had to guess, I would say, like, him messing up. Like, him not meeting with his friends.
He's in the doghouse with his friends?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay.
But, I mean, it could also be, what a mess.
It's not,
I had to fight weird mystical beings.
It's not super clearly written, is it?
No.
I believe it's supposed to be his friends, because that was how that last scene played out, and he said, right, promise, so.
I feel like a normal person would be having a lot more, like, what just happened? What was this whole dream sequence?
You mean like someone who just picked this game up and hadn't played one?
No, I mean like somebody in his role would be like, I just had to fight weird demon things.
Ladies and gentlemen, struggle fiends of Twilight Town, it's time for summer's most sizzling clash.
I forgot to give him a southern accent when he talked before, or whatever accent that is. It's not really southern, I guess.
It's kind of like southern, like circus, sort of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And take on our champion Setzer, Cypher. You know. And who will leave today as our new struggle champion?
Gainer, Roxas.
Oh.
Yes, the crowd is fired up.
He looks strong. He looks a foot taller than anybody else in this town.
Setzer's inclusion in this game is weird. I mean, he's only in this for like 25 seconds, and he manages to be out of character.
The four bad boys who struggled their way through the preliminaries. Regular finalist and head of the Twilight Disciplinary Committee.
What does that mean in a town? In a school, I can kind of buy it. What does that mean in a town?
So far this year, Vivi.
Vivi's got some moves.
Problem. Hayner! It's his first trip to the finals. And struggler number 4, who happens to be my absolute favorite customer, Roxas! So, who will win this sweltering summer struggle? Who will take home the
if I lose this, am I going to be branded a bad kid?
Yes. Oh, 4 crystals. It's a Final Fantasy thing.
They get a belt for this?
Yeah, dude. He's the champ. A trophy for winning the tournament and a belt for taking on the former champ. We gotta go over the official struggle rules, even though you're here for the finals. Now that we're here at the Final Four or the Super Bowl, I think this is a good time to quickly recap the rules of the sport that we're playing to everybody.